All right, Whiteboard Wednesday coming at you today from my white desk instead because we don't need the board, but I do have 4 quick tips, hacks, whatever you want to call them, to answer that question or get over that mental hurdle that so many of you have around this time of year. You're asking, can I do this again? You've probably had a lot of great success, or many of you have, and you're wondering, how am I going to duplicate that, let alone build upon that? And so here are 4 things that you can quick run through that I think will help you change your mindset around that. So number 1, we need to do what's called a pattern interrupt. So if you have a spiral happening in your mind and you're moving downward on this mental cycle, we need to stop the pattern where it is. We need to interrupt that thought pattern and replace it with a new thought. So whatever that negative thought is, or whatever that worry is, replace it with a new one. And I'm going to say this. Sometimes we talk about affirmations or positive future tense statements, and we say replace it with an affirmation. One in this example that might be something like, if you're thinking, can I do this again? An affirmation might be, I've already doubled my business. And in your mind, you're like, I don't believe it. I don't believe that's possible. That's a dumb affirmation. What we don't want to do is pick a statement that you're feeling resistance to out of the gate. So the thought that you're replacing it with should be one that you can believe. So maybe the thought is, I have all of the tools around me in order to succeed. I have a plan in place and a coach to hold me accountable to it. Pick a thought, again, that you can believe and that is a positive one that replaces that negative one and interrupt that thought pattern. Number 2, remind yourself of your past successes. So this is huge. If, again, you're kind of going in this spiral, just stop what you're doing and actually write it down. Write down a list of the smallest successes up to the biggest ones, and that will help build your confidence and bring you back up to neutral ground where you're not in that negative spiral. At least then you're back on a neutral sort of level playing field. The 3rd thing to do is to actually have a plan. So if you're living on a prayer, as John Bon Jovi would say, we need to switch that up and actually put a true plan together. I can understand why you might have anxiety and wonder if you can do this again if you're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants all the time. So get a plan together, and then sort of some sub steps to that is, and I already referenced this a second ago, if you don't have a coach, or you could call them an accountability partner or a buddy in your office or whomever it may be, a coach is responsible for your results. They can help consult you in your business as well, but how many times do we know what we need to do, but we don't do it until we have somebody helping us get through those hurdles and holding us to and coaching us to success? So if you don't have a coach, I would recommend considering that. If not, get a group of your colleagues together and you can help sort of coach each other on that. And the second thing that I would say is that discipline always precedes motivation. So don't forget that. A lot of times when we have a plan, we sort of wait to feel motivated to execute the plan. And we're like, we've got a plan. And I'm gonna wait till I feel excited to execute on this plan. No, understand that discipline is the thing that shows up first. You decide to execute on the plan. As soon as you start consistently executing on it and follow that decision and be disciplined about it, you're gonna start seeing results, and then the motivation is gonna show up. So that, like I said, number 3 is to define a plan and then execute on it. And then the number 4 thing is to answer the question, can I do this again? The answer is absolutely yes, you can. That's an easy way to interrupt the pattern and just tell yourself, I can do this again. I can do this again. You've done it before, you can do it again. And go back, and when you're looking at those successes, look at what caused that success. A lot of times people just think they got lucky. And I will throw in a caveat, this has been a quote unquote good market, which is why you do need to have a plan. We can't just lean on a hot market. But you have done it before and you can do it again. You are capable, don't forget that. I'll leave you with that on this lovely Whiteboard Wednesday. If you have any questions, shoot me a direct message and I'm happy to help you out. Otherwise, have a great rest of the week.